Hi, and welcome back to my channel. Please hit like and subscribe. Looking to grow my channel organically and provide valuable content. Today, I want to address what it's like to be a talent agent in the entertainment industry. I know specifically about this because I moved to Los Angeles and lived there for 17 years, of which the majority of that time I was in the entertainment business. Out of law school, I started at Showtime Networks, and through a series of events, was referred over to ICM, International Creative Management, to their agent training program. So there are three to four major agencies. Right now, ICM no longer exists after, I think, about 80 years. Creative Artists Agency, CAA, recently purchased or gobbled up ICM. But I want to kind of give you some insight to not only the agency, but the entertainment industry generally. Um, I started in the agent training program once again after law school. So, what does that entail? It typically entails pushing a cart around because you will start in the mailroom. At that time, you had to show up at Beverly Hills Post Office at about 6 a.m. to gather all the daily mail for the agency. After you get to the agency, that mail needs to be sorted, put in carts, and be delivered by 9 a.m., if not earlier. So, the agent training program generally is one that lasts probably 3 to 4 years, 3 to 5 years in most cases. Some people beat the clock by a year or two, and this is a gem. Sometimes, if you're not the best assistant, but if you bring in talent or bring someone into the agency that's valuable, it will shorten your window towards getting promoted faster. So at all three major agencies now, William Morris Endeavor, WME, CAA, which I mentioned, and I'd say the other is UTA, United Talent Agency. But there are a number of agencies in Los Angeles. Right off the top of my head, Gersh is a mid-size agency, excellent reputation. Innovative Artists, great mid-size agency. So it really depends on the route that you want to take. But let me sort of back up for a moment regarding the entertainment industry generally. You will see on the agency's websites, jobs that are posted. I'd say to get in the agent training program, you're probably looking at $20 to $22 an hour. That is far better than the $400 a week that I tried to survive on in Los Angeles at ICM at the time. But, you know, they all have agent training programs, and that is around the pay now. I'm going to drop another gem on you guys. You don't want to enter the agency business as an assistant. You want to enter into the agent training program. There is a difference. When you enter as an assistant, there are numerous departments in all of the agencies. I'd still say the main four are TV talent, TV lit, which means they represent writers and directors of television, MoPic talent, motion picture talent, and motion picture lit, which are the writers and directors of of motion picture of features. So once you get in the program, or once you become an assistant and choose to join the agent training program, that time will not count if you entered the building as an assistant. So say you're an assistant for a year in, the TV department. and then you decide you want to join the agent training program, you will not be able to jump the line for those that enter the agency specifically in the training program. Your time, your clock will start and begin after that year. You won't be able to count that, in other words. So, um, specific to Los Angeles and the difficulty, especially for the BIPOC community, the difficulty around the agency game, production companies, studios, any of the entertainment industry is actually surviving on the pay until you get promoted. Any assistant route, pretty much in the entertainment industry, and because it's so competitive, there are people standing in line for these jobs. Most of them will take, you know, 3 to 5 years to get promoted. Sometimes it depends, but again, because it's so competitive and so many people want in this industry, many of them come from means. Not all of them, but many of them. And so do the referrals to the entertainment industry. I was referred by a senior attorney whose ex-wife was the number two person at ICM at the time, which is how I got in the door. So I had a law degree walking in the door at almost 30 years old. I got a late start. And I would encourage people right out of college to get started because, again, it is a 3 to 5 year path. Um, Beginning agents, I'm jumping around just a bit, but beginning agents probably make 65 to 70 a year. And what is the number one job of an agent? Excuse me. Whether you're representing talent or writers or directors, your number one job every day is to get up and figure out a way to find jobs for your clients. Now, most agencies, but specifically the larger agencies, have a vast amount of resources. There are systems in place, but I don't want to drill down too much on staffing season, for example, or pilot season, but these agencies have a number of ways to secure opportunities. The biggest and largest money that agencies make are through packaging still. So if they can get a writer that they represent, some type of talent, actor or actress, and maybe a director on a film or television, episodic series, they can get a packaging fee for putting that together. I remember commonly around ICM, they would promote that Friends essentially built ICM. There were a number of people represented at ICM during that time, the writers, the directors. So they packaged it and brought us a very successful episodic. The key, again, is a mindset thing. It is difficult. Um, it is difficult. It is a very charged environment. Some people may call it toxic, but again, because it's so competitive, um, because you get to interact with celebrities, you can go to various functions where celebrities will be. If that's important to you, you may want to consider the agencies. The agencies also, because everyone has to come to the agencies looking for talent or writers or directors, you can get a very broad view of the entertainment industry versus, for example, if you're at ABC, you only see ABC things. At the agency, because they touch so many aspects of the entertainment industry, you will see and come in contact with all the deals around town, everything that's happening. Um, Last, I'd like to recommend just a few different things about the entertainment industry in general. One, that you read An Empire of Their Own, How the Jews Built Hollywood. It's a great book, and it's a historical account of how, the Jewish people built the studio system. So it gives you an understanding about Hollywood, gives you some context and history on it. Number two, I would say if you're interested in the entertainment industry generally, you need to be in LA or New York, maybe Atlanta. That's opening up a bit more, but vast majority of people are in Los Angeles or New York. You gotta be there. If you're not there, it's just hard. No matter what people tell you, there are so many people trying to get in the industry. You need to be there to fight for your position. Um, Three, I would say, get a job in any area of the entertainment industry that you can, and then transition, network, meet with people where you ultimately want to be. Um, Specifically, I like the agencies for that aspect. Again, they tend to touch on every part of the entertainment industry. So you meet a lot of people. Some people don't want to be agents, some people want to be studio executives, but a lot of them started at the agencies. Um, and that is probably what I have for you guys today. Let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this content, and we'll keep it coming.